Okay, today's Thursday, and this is a quick update on our trades for the week. We're monitoring these money glitch trades this week, and it's Thursday, so we're at the end of the week. This thing needs to be off by tomorrow, which actually it's already off. I took it off today, but we're just running out of time here. And let's look at the chart of the SPX real quick. So here is the chart of the SPX, and you can see we finally got our down day, although the down day didn't really come in until the last hour or two. For most of the day, it was still just kind of hovering up there. It was like the amazing levitating SPX. But then at the end of the day, we took a nice downturn finally. But by then it was too late. I had already decided to take my position off. Well, I made a couple of adjustments throughout the day, and then I decided to just take the position off. And then that's when, of course, the market started to move down, which would have put me in a nice profit very quickly. But I still came out with a profit, so I can't complain about that. So let's take a look real quick at our positions here. So here's where the position was early on in the day. And the first thing I did in the morning was I added this 1 or 2 contract butterfly. At this point, when I put this on, we weren't in this position. We were up here. We were positive on the SPX. We had to continue to push upwards, and you can just see how this has really collapsed over the week, and it probably gets worse. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to monitor this. Even though the trade is taken off, I'm going to monitor the position, like the original position, going into end of day Friday tomorrow, to illustrate exactly how much these things can collapse at the end of the week. So you really need to be mindful of that throughout the week, which is why I made all these adjustments. Well, first of all, the SPX surprised me by just staying pretty much where it was at in this general area, pretty much the area that I didn't want it to be in, the worst possible scenario for me. And so that caused a lot of my adjustments throughout the week, taking off half the position and then, tweaking and making adjustments, adding some positions on to try to bump this line up. And that's what happened this morning. So the SPX started up. It was positive again. So I put on this little butterfly here to just kind of lift everything up a little bit. And it just hovered in this area throughout the day. And it got into a really tight range, just amazing, I think. It was hovering from around break even to 1 or 2 points above and then 1 or 2 points below for quite a while, like a couple hours. So at that point is when I added the Bigfoot hitchhiker. That's what I'm calling it, the Bigfoot hitchhiker, the big hitchhiker. And what the big hitchhiker is throughout this week, I've been making videos showing you this new concept I have called the hitchhiker trade, where we try to milk profits out of trades throughout the week, like little one-day profits that can hitch onto these bigger trades and even, kind of get absorbed into the bigger trades. Or if everything goes as planned, we can just get in and out with our profits, like on a daily basis, the one-day profits. And if they don't work out as planned, they can just kind of either transform into new positions for the following week, the next week, or they can be, if the position is big enough, like I have a couple of big SPX positions, like butterflies and combo trades, and a big position like that, these little hitchhiker trades can be absorbed into the bigger overall trades, because we were just managing that bigger trade on deltas, and we can just make adjustments as we continue to get premium out of those things. But that's a totally different trade. So for this was the Bigfoot hitchhiker is just a bigger version of the hitchhiker trades I've been doing all week. I've been doing little 1 and 2 contract butterflies through here and broken wing butterflies, so just to milk out a quick daily $100 or $200. And so today with this collapse in the risk graph and not knowing early on if it was going to continue up or not, because it was in this area here, I decided to go ahead and pull out the old Bigfoot hitchhiker trade, which is just a much bigger wingspan butterfly with 1 day to expiration. So I took the options that expire tomorrow, 1 day away. And as you know, or as you might know, the gamma gets a little crazy on these option positions the closer it gets to expiration. So it's a position I don't recommend unless you have a lot of experience with them, and I don't recommend unless you can sit there and watch it very closely, because they can turn on you quickly, and you need to know you need to have a quick trigger finger to get out of them or make an adjustment. And I'll show you that trade in a second, but I was just trying to see if I could milk out a little bit more this week by throwing on a 1 or 2 hour Bigfoot hitchhiker, and I'll show you that in just a second. What that did was prop up this area here, the problematic area, and also just milk some profits out of it quickly, because the options expire tomorrow and that thing was just really bleeding theta quickly. So this is the trade right before I put that Bigfoot on, and then let's go ahead and I'll show you the Bigfoot. So here is the position with the Bigfoot in there. You can see how in that droop area that we had, what this Bigfoot butterfly trade did, it just props that up while we're getting some theta decay out of that really quickly. And so that's the combined position of the Bigfoot. The Bigfoot's kind of hidden in here, and I'll show you that trade separately right now. So there is there's the trade there. That's the Bigfoot trade. You can see that's a really wide spanned butterfly trade that expires tomorrow. So it's like a 1 day to expiration option, and the theta comes out really quick. But you can also see how the pink line it has a very steep slope on either side. That's the gamma, and it's very sensitive. And during the time this was on, the SPX was trading just between +2 points to break even to -2 in a super, super narrow range. And so I just sat there. I had to keep an eye on it. This this isn't like a trade you can just kind of put on and walk away, like even for like 10 or 15 minutes, because any significant move, like a 10-point move, could drastically affect this. So I just sat there and watched it take out $400 or so. I think we got a little bit less than that when we closed everything out. This is showing 451 at the time this screenshot was taken. So we closed that out. We grabbed those hitchhiker trades, those Bigfoot hitchhiker profits. And then as soon as I took that Bigfoot trade off, I decided to just close the trade down and start to peel off the options that made up that position. And it looked like this. That's a stage of it there. This is after we took off the lower butterfly that we had put on at the beginning of the day. And then I just kept peeling these positions off, trying to keep my my delta as neutral or slightly negative as possible. This was another stage throughout the process of taking the thing off. And then we went up with a position like this. This is with most of the positions taken off, most of the options taken off. And then I finally closed the entire position down and walked away with a total of $515 for the trade. So this was closed out for $515, but that doesn't include all of the hitchhiker trades throughout the week. So if we just kind of throw those in, we made $50 with a hitchhiker trade on Monday. On Tuesday, we did one for $150. Yesterday was $315. And today's hitchhiker, that Bigfoot hitchhiker trade, pulled out another $425. So if we add that up, the position all by itself brought in $515. Then there was the $50 hitchhiker on Monday. Then there was the $150 hitchhiker on Tuesday. Wednesday was $315. Today was $410. So a total of $1,440 with all the hitchhikers and with the trade by itself for the week. So not a great week, but not bad either. If I hadn't had those hitchhikers, I would have just brought in the 500 and what was it, 500 and whatever. So you can see that the hitchhikers trade really made a big difference this week. And of course, the reason why the initial trade by itself brought in less was because the SPX pretty much spent the whole week trading in the worst possible place. The place I didn't expect it to stay, just stayed right where it was at almost all week and didn't move till today. I was expecting to move one way or the other earlier on, which would have gotten us potentially more profit than we wound up with. So the initial trade by itself this week didn't make as much as usual. And like I was saying to my good friend Rob, shout out to Rob out there. Like I was saying to him, looks like it's going to be macaroni and cheese for the old family this week. But it's better than the soup line. And actually, 1,440, even $5. Any profit, like my friend Dave says, a profit's a profit. Any week that I can make a profit and not lose is a good thing. And hey, man, it's more than I used to make at that burger joint when I was in college. So anyway, so that's the trade for today. This trade was closed down today. I put a new trade on right after I close this down, which we'll monitor going forward into next week. So that's it for today. If you'd like to follow along with me, just make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel below. Hit that subscribe button. I'm doing a whole series on these trades, and they're called anti-gravity trades or money glitch trades. And there's a ton of different setups, adjustments, and techniques, and just kind of cool tricks you can do with them. So I'm doing a whole video series on that. And also be sure to join me on my website. Just go over to my website. I'll leave a link to my website in the description below. Just go over there and join me there, and we'll see you tomorrow.